Chapter 7, A Girl's Determination.
And that's why you came all the way here?
Yes. I know that it's a lot of trouble, but I really need your help. After bidding farewell to Ashen, Hawk, and Hugh, the first thing I did was to go straight to the church. There was the issue with the Kaleidovia, for one thing, but I also needed a place to hide. I couldn't go back to the tower because Lugus was there. He's gone, girl. This was the only place I could go. Sanctuary!
You got a lot of nerve. You took the Kaleidovia from here because you said it was too dangerous.
I know, but they already know I have this now.
Elric, don't be mean. I know you're actually happy that she came to rely on you.
What? Why would I be?
Elric spoke like he owned the church, while the real owner, Lawrence, arbitrated. Is Lawrence the real owner?
I don't mind if you use this place. We have plenty of rooms available.
Thank you. I owe you a lot.
You're welcome. It may sound strange coming from me, but I think the church makes a great hiding place. There are plenty of people coming in and out during the day.
Are you sure a priest should say such conniving stuff like that?
It's alright. I'm not a real priest. Never mind that. Can you tell me more of the details? That is, if you don't mind.
There was nothing I had to hide at that point. I did my best to explain the entirety of my circumstances. After we made up at the church, Levi cut me. Stabbed me, and then Lugus saved me right after that. I told them about the magical stones that could make people go insane. I told them about Francisca and Olgar. And I told them that I was a witch. Damn! They both listened intently to everything I had to say. They didn't doubt or ridicule me for anything. They simply accepted my words.
Magical stones.
Do you know something?
I think I've seen fragments of something like that with similar powers. Of course, in another town far from here. That one was without a doubt real.
Things similar to the magical stones also existed elsewhere. That surprised me, but that wasn't the point right now. What I needed to do was think about who in the town owned the magical stones. If I used my power of clairvoyance, I might be able to find out the truth. But does my eye really have that power?
Hey, does your eye really turn red? Show me.
Huh?
Come on, hurry.
Hurry. Lawrence looked a little worried there for a sec, but he's like, alright. What should I do? I looked to Lawrence for help, but he just nodded. He must have wanted me to show it too. I thought about it a little, but if I would be using my powers more, I needed to get used to it. Alright. Lean in close. Just like I showed Lavan and Levi, I focused my strength into my right eye. Soon after, I could feel it heating up. Phew. How's that?
Yeah, seems like that thing's real.
Huh? How can you tell?
I just can. It's just a gut feeling, though.
His words didn't seem to be trustworthy, but I let myself believe in it anyway. Sus. I felt relieved in a strange way. The heat began to leave my right eye, and with it the strength I had left in my body. Oh, that's right, I haven't slept a wink since yesterday. I felt I might be at my limit.
Are you okay? Maybe you should get some rest.
Thanks. I think I'll do that. Oh, that's right. There's something I want to ask you to do, Elric.
There's still more? You're so pushy.
Elric's complaints were justified, but I pretended not to hear it. I want to see Lavan. If you find him, can you tell him to come here? Is this a good idea? I hope so.
Just use this room.
Looking good. The room Lawrence took me to was a simple yet comfortable place that was more than enough for a freeloader like me. Thank you. And what's this? I pointed at the obviously out-of-place decorations around the bed, at which Lawrence simply smiled.
Elric and I prepared them for you. We thought it would help put your mind at ease.
Flowers!
Oh, despite how he acts, he was worried about you in his own way.
Yeah.
I'll be going now. Let me know if there's anything you need.
Thanks. I watched Lawrence leave and was left by myself in the room. I threw myself onto the bed and put my head on the pillow. I could feel myself dozing off immediately. I wanted to see Lavan first, then Levi, then who? Don't rush it. Just take things one at a time. I guess we do need the stones, and Lavan has one. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a flower above my head. So cute. I wrapped myself in the warm blanket, closed my eyes, and fell into a deep sleep. And had memory dreams? No memory dreams. Dang it. I woke late in the evening in a slight daze. It was then that Elric came in to say...
He said he's coming tonight.
Huh?
Come on, snap out of it. You've got some nerve after making me work like this.
He's coming?
Lavan. He said he might take some time, but he's coming.
I suddenly became wide awake. I didn't expect to see him today. I mean, he's only been looking for you for like a week. I knew it was rude to think this, but seeing his efficiency was making me realize that he may be more than what I expected. Elric continued to mumble under his breath, but I thanked him in my heart, if not out loud. We gotta stop meeting in the church. That night, it was actually past midnight. Lawrence and Elric had already gone to bed, and the whole place was deathly quiet. Without a sound and in complete darkness, Lavan waited alone in the chapel. There were things I needed to tell him. There were things I needed to ask. I tried to organize the thoughts in my head. So many confusing events happened since we last met, but he was one person I could count on even during times like these. He was like a brother to me, and finally we were able to be reunited here. I opened the church door with a heavy creak. The darkness of the night filled the room beyond the door, and I couldn't see the face of the person there. I was sure the same went for him, too. Lavan?
Jed.
I could never mistake that voice. I heard footsteps approaching until he reached a distance at which we could both see each other's faces. His face looked so serious. Was he mad? I warily moved a step back after seeing an unfamiliar expression on his face. He kept closing in on me. Yeah? Aw. Okay, that is sweet, and also this is a gorgeous picture. Even if you are needing her somehow. But he was just really worried about you. Huh? Lavan?
I'm so glad you're safe.
His teary voice sounded like he was in pain. It was such a surprise. The fact that he hugged me was a surprise in itself, but I never knew Lavan could sound like this. I felt so sorry because that meant I caused him to worry that much.
You're alive!
Lavan wrapped his arms tighter around me. His embrace was so strong it hurt. This guy.
For a moment, I thought I lost you, never to see you again. I'm sorry. Please, forgive me for embracing you this one time.
I was the one who should be apologizing, but I was speechless. Lavan's emotions and the strength of his arms, they were completely different from that of the Lavan I knew. It's burning up. My right eye started to heat up. This is... clairvoyance? Heightened emotions?
What?
The necklace Lavan wore glittered, and my right eye focused on it completely. Necklace? His necklace was a chain that ran through a ring, and the stone on that ring must be another ring, eh? Whoa.
Judd, what's him up? Judd!
Lavan was saying something, but I couldn't hear him. I would use my eye's power without fear, the witch's power. As if resonating with the magical stones gleaming, my right eye grew even hotter. A strange sensation enveloped my entire body. The world became inverted. Yes, it did. And then? Whoa, what happened? What is this? Where am I? Hello? This was different from the world I lived in. It felt like I had come to a completely different place. This was what my witch's eye saw. Was this what was inside Lavan's heart? Dark smoke? Was this what my power of clairvoyance could show me? Everything seemed distorted and made me feel uneasy. Was this what the inside of people's hearts were like? Pure darkness. Or was it just Lavan? Oh, yeah, where was Lavan? Was the owner of this space here too? Or... Out of the many voices I heard, a child's grew louder. Was he crying? No, he was growling. Like an animal. A small boy appeared right before my eyes. Baby Lavan? Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, that is creepy and unsettling. Huh. It's like a wounded wolf. He's like clawing into his own flesh and things. Huh. Okay. Lavan's a wounded wolf boy. He was sitting down, holding his knees and staring into the empty void with bloodshot eyes. Lavan?
Died.
Huh?
They died and he still won't go away. He's always there. It's because of him that Mother... It's because of him that His blood flows through my veins. No, 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 no. Die. Die.
A clear display of hatred. It came out toward me like a dull light. Hughes said a magical stone amplified the hatred within people's hearts. No, you shouldn't let yourself be controlled by those emotions. The glow of hatred emanated from Lavan's chest. The source was the ring that hung around his neck. No, if you accumulated even more hatred in it... I subconsciously reached out to the necklace. The darkness was instantly transmitted to me. This is like the One Ring, a darkness which was being absorbed into my right eye. A sudden increase in heat caused me to retract my outstretched hand. This was what it meant to use the power of the witch's eye, to look into the heart of another. I understood. I understood who Lavan was talking about. It was Lavan's father. I'm sorry, but I'm going to take a look. I reached out to the necklace one more time. Gah! My right eye burned and I felt a searing pain. A solitary heart. A heart torn by its own ideals. Lavan's heart, filled with hatred for his father. The emotions gushed out like a flood. And amidst all that, there was a slight sliver of light. Within the overwhelming darkness, there was a single ray of hope. And they called it Kingdom Hearts. Oh, you were the light in his darkness, and you're so cute. Got a little chibi sword. Stop, my heart. Whoa. Am I interrupting something? Whew. Woo! Wow, what a CG, man. There's some spicy ones today. Was this me? We had been together since we were young. The memories popped up one after the other. Among them was the sight of me being embraced. Lavan. These were Lavan's feelings for me. You are his light. He has known I was a woman for a long time. Lavan's feelings. What are you gonna do with them, girl? My vision returned to me. Well, we got even more to talk about now. I was back at the church. Lavan looked at my face with a worried expression. I'm back. I made it back. I suddenly felt weak and fell to my knees. Yeah, I figured that would probably take a lot out of you.
Hey, what's the matter? Are you okay?
Yeah. I just felt dizzy, that's all. Lavan moved quickly to hold me up. These were the same arms that embraced me earlier. Knowing what I just saw inside Lavan's heart, I felt embarrassed. That's right. I saw it. This was the first time I used this power, but I'd looked inside Lavan's heart. His hatred for his father had continued to grow since he was small. And I looked up at Lavan's face. He didn't know that I looked inside of him. He simply had a worried expression. I'm really okay. I hid my sense of guilt and embarrassment as I pulled his arms away. Lavan, let's go to my room.
Your room?
Yeah. I don't think we can talk here. I needed to start over with my emotions. I needed to fulfill my goal since I made Lavan come all the way here. I will not be distracted. It probably... No, it'll definitely make you feel sick.
I'm prepared. Let's hear it.
I let Lavan through to the room that I myself was still new to. I had slept on that bed for an entire day. Lavan took a seat there while I sat down on a chair a slight distance away.
So what did you mean that I'd feel sick?
Lavan, did you know about Levi?
What about him?
That Levi was murdering people.
What?
You know the Black Shadow serial killings going around town? Levi was behind that.
If you're joking, I'm not laughing.
I wished it were a joke. Lavan looked straight at me. I maintained eye contact.
Is that really true?
I nodded.
There's no mistake.
I haven't checked with Levi directly, but he cut me too. Man, oh man, you're gonna just activate that yandere mode, girl. I loosened my collar to expose my shoulder. It was mostly healed, but still wrapped in bandages.
No.
He placed his hand on his forehead, dumbfounded. I knew it wasn't an act. Lavan didn't seem to know either. But there was one more thing I need to check. And I've only heard about this, but...
There's more.
Francisca was the one pulling the strings behind Levi.
Hey!
His tone suddenly turned sharp. His anger was real.
And you believe that? That Mother is that sort of person?
I don't believe it. I don't even want to think about it. That was how I felt when Lugus first told me. But right now... But
what? You really think that's possible?
yes. I was actually starting to doubt Francisca, despite her being someone I loved and respected. Lavan continued to glare at me. I started to have feelings of regret toward Francisca and Lavan. But even so, I couldn't gloss over things. What I sought is the truth. But that was exactly why I glared back at Lavan. I stood my ground in silence. It was Lavan who flinched first. His glare softened and he looked down.
There must be something that's made you think that. It must be my fault.
He mumbled to himself with a sigh. I did not expect to hear that from him. Why?
Because I was unreliable as the heir to the wolves. That's why Levi and Mother.
That's not true.
It is.
He spoke so matter-of-factly. What made him feel so strongly about it? I waited for him to continue.
The leader prior to Mother. He was the worst. He did nothing but live his life freely. He rarely even came back home. The rest of the family detested him from the bottom of our hearts. Naturally, so did the townspeople. Back then, the townspeople had begun to hate the Wolf Clan. That man saw the situation and simply abandoned the family.
The lord before Francisca was a member of Lavan's family. That meant it was Lavan's... I remembered the glimpse I took inside Lavan's heart earlier. Although I couldn't see his face, the young Lavan hated his own father.
Mother always told me to never grow up like him. Of course I wouldn't. I wouldn't even if she asked me to. That's why I did everything in my power to become a good lord, so that I could support the Wolf Clan and bring it to prosperity. Ever since that man vanished, that is all I have done. But I didn't do it well, apparently. That's why it caused Levi and Mother to do such things. I'm no different than that man after all.
That's not true! I didn't know what kind of person the previous lord was, but I knew better than anyone how much Lavan toiled and suffered. And the reason why Levi went insane was because of the magical stone.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be complaining. This is why I'm so terrible.
That's not true. Don't talk about yourself like that. I respected Lavan and hated hearing him speak this way of his own existence. That's why my words came out as a reprimand. Lavan gave a very slight smile, and then his expression changed completely.
You said you didn't check with Levi directly, right?
Right. I haven't seen him since that day.
Me neither. But I've sent people to go look for him.
Please tell me if you do find him.
Of course. But what do you intend on doing after you see him?
Huh?
It's a fact that Levi slashed you, right? Can you really forgive him for that?
Forgive him? My shoulders stung. The memory of Levi that night seemed to be relived once more. Blood splattered in front of my eyes, the bestial glare from Levi's eyes, the day I fell into the bone-chilling river. I don't know. That was what I honestly thought. It wasn't about forgiving him or not. I didn't even think about that. I'm just worried about him. I want to know that he's safe. The blizzard hasn't stopped since that day.
You're so kind. Or should I say strong?
I'm not strong at all.
No, you are. That part about you hasn't changed since we were children. That's why
Lavan looked into my eyes. I felt the same sensation from when I saw that ray of light inside Lavan's heart. They were the feelings that Lavan had for me. Lavan.
When my ring shone, I had the sensation of you entering into me. Was that just my imagination? Wishful thinking? Or reality? Or could that be the power of your red eye?
Huh? Lavan already knew. What should I do? I was hesitant about letting him know that I peeked into his heart. It was unintentional. It just kind of happened. It was the first time.
I'm sorry. I did see what feelings you had.
I told him honestly. I didn't want to lie to Lavan any longer. Good on you, girl.
I see.
Lavan only mumbled. He didn't even ask me what I saw or how I did it.
I'm sorry. That was weird of me to ask. I'll be going home for today.
Oh, wait! It's already quite late, and I can see that it's snowing again. I didn't think it was right to let him go. Oh, girl! How about staying over tonight? I said that in the same way that we talked as brothers. Lavan looked very bitter.
You saw my feelings, didn't you?
Yeah.
Then do you know what that means?
Uh-oh. Well, you've done it now, girl. You've did it. Lavan stood up and approached me. I suddenly realized that he was a man coming closer to me. My body froze as if I was charmed. My mind swept away. Yeah? And? Well, hello. I mean, he's been holding back on smooching you for a long time, girl. Lavan placed his hands around my face. He lifted it up ever so gently, but his grip was strong.
What happens from here is up to you.
His tone was serious. Lavan's face was so close that I could feel his breath on me. My face was held in place, so I couldn't look away or run. Oh, I'll be sleeping in the chapel. You can use this room.
That's not what I'm talking about. You should already know.
This was the first time I felt scared of Lavan. This is your first time, girl. Every time. He was not angry. He was simply serious. I had to give him a response. Well, see, the thing is, it's not like really your turn yet, so to speak. I know that's probably very confusing to hear, but I'm not like ready for the smooch just yet, so I think we're probably gonna have to go bottom one. It was inconsiderate. I won't do it again. We can be brothers from here on out for this route.
I'm sorry. It was inconsiderate of me.
Seriously.
Oh, he looks so sad. I feel so bad. But you know what? Kudos to the man. She said, he let her decide and then stepped back. So he gets a cookie for that. Lavan let go. He moved farther away from my face, my body.
Don't scare me like that.
His tone was complex, like he was relieved, but there was more to his voice than that. Maybe a little bit of disappointment.
I'll be going back home now. Alright.
Yeah. I'm really sorry.
If you really are sorry.
Lavan moved closer to me again. Lavan, don't do this to me. I wasn't charmed or scared this time, but for some reason I couldn't move again. Lavan's movements were so natural that I accepted it. His kiss. A gentle kiss on my forehead. I don't have forehead kiss on my list, unfortunately. So I'll take that as brotherly, I guess.
I hope you'll at least let me do this much.
Well, I guess it happened. Good night, Lavan. You know what? I'll allow it. I'm alright with this. I couldn't answer. I wasn't happy or upset. I didn't have any of those types of emotions over what happened. It was just embarrassing. My entire face heated up. I was sure my face was bright red. Fortunately, he didn't see it. After kissing me, Lavan quickly exited the room. If he'd stayed here, I didn't know what would have happened. Well, we'll find out another time. Lavan and me. I wonder if we'll get, like, something similar with Levi and Lucas as well? And then we get, like, a similar choice, and that's how you branch off into the different romance routes? Maybe? I couldn't bring myself to think about it anymore.